In step 3, we're going to edit the answers that we got in step 2. So
this video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
Here are the answers. This is what we ended up with, and we've put them in the order of the actual script matrix. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump onto an image that I've created which has 2 columns. In this column it's the unedited version, and in this column I'm going to show you what I've edited it to. Now the first one, the answer to number 5, question 5, for everyone that's willing and committed to consciously changing their lives, I was perfectly happy with that. I didn't feel that that needed any change. So on to question 4. This is one of the answers from question 4. It reads, other books feel like they are rehashed or rehashing old ideas and presenting them as new. So we need to have some words there that segue from for everyone that's willing and committed to consciously changing their lives. We can't just jump into other books. So what I've added here is the words who are dissatisfied with the regular self-help books. So instead of other books, I've named it self-help books. And I've kind of disrespected self-help books by saying regular. You know, they're just boring, they're just common. Okay, and then we've kept the last part, that feel like, rehashed old ideas and pretending to be new. So we've kept that. But the beginning and this part here we've changed. And when you listen to this read out completely in a moment, you'll see how it all pulls together. So just moving down the page so we can see the next section. The answer to question 1. Never Give Up is a self-help motivational book that gives 100% practical advice on how to avoid distractions and achieve success. So I've expanded on this here because these are the benefits. You know, they give advice. You know, they teach you how to, achieve success and avoid distractions. So I've expanded on it, and you'll see how I've expanded on it when I read it out. Never Give Up is a new self-help motivational book that provides 100% practical advice on how to avoid daily distractions and overcome the obstacles holding you back from success. So you see, I've made this a little bit more specific. It's a new self-help motivational book, so I've added in the word new. And I've said that it provides, not gives, but provides 100% practical advice on how to avoid daily distractions. Not just distractions, but daily distractions. So we're making it more of a specific detail and overcome the obstacles holding you back. So avoiding the distractions and achieve success. Well, I've got the overcome obstacles holding you back because that's very specific as well. It sounds more dramatic. Now on to answer 2. Based on the author's own experience of failure and success, Never Give Up quickly dispels the common self-help myths and starts by focusing on our bad habits and replacing them with healthy, positive obsessions. Now, I think I've only really added one word in here, and that's here where I've put by instantly focusing. Instead of and starts, but I've put by instantly focusing. Again, it's very sharp and specific. So now on to the second answer from question 4. This, if you remember, this was about the complaints that people had about other books that were in the same genre. Most tell the reader what they need to do, but not how to do it. Written in an academic style, it feels cold and lacks empathy. Well, that doesn't flow very well. So what I've done there is I've kind of put a disclaimer in there. I've said, unfortunately, most books in this genre tell the reader what they need to do, but never explain how to practically do it, and are often written in an academic style that feels cold and lacks empathy. So I've expanded on that and I've made it more conversational. And this is what you'll get practice doing. Just practice with these things. And once you've added that sort of little bit of detail, that little bit of specificity, just leave it and read the whole thing through and see how it feels. So the next one was the answer to number 3. And this was more about the real features. And as you can see, I've expanded quite a lot on this. So what we originally had was written in an easy to digest conversational style and set out in bite-sized chapters. The author presents refreshing insights and radical ideas side by side that immediately start to shift the reader's mindset. Now I've nearly doubled the amount of copy there. But what I've said is, the great news is, and then I've named the book again, because it's always important to reinforce what you're actually selling by naming it, and be specific, name the actual thing you're selling. So the great news is, Never Give Up is quite the opposite to what you'd expect from a self-help book, and is written in an easy to digest conversational style. Set out in bite-sized chapters, the author presents refreshing insights and radical ideas side by side that immediately start to shift the reader's mindset towards taking positive action. So you can pick out the words there that I've added in to make it flow better, to make it more conversational, and to make it more pleasing to the ear when someone's listening to that on a video. So finally, the call to action, and as I always keep banging on about it, calls to action are really important. You need to tell them what they need to do and why they need to do it. So I've said here, to experience this for yourself and make change happen on your terms. I mean, I couldn't be more specific about that. To experience this for yourself and make change happen on your terms. How inviting is that? That is really inviting dialogue with the person listening to this. And then it says, click the buy button below. Very, very to the point. This is what we want you to do next. So when you've done this, it will look something like this here. And what I've done is I've just highlighted every other paragraph. So this is the edited version, so it reads from the top, and on the next lecture you'll hear this and you will see this as a video. First of all, you'll hear the audio, and then you'll actually see a video that I've created for this promotion, and that will put everything into context.